At the age of 6, Balinda Musti discovered he had a skin disorder called vitiligo. In a world full of stigma, bitterness, and depression, his quest for self-acceptance made room for him to soar higher. Currently, he is a professional photographer, a commercial model, content creator using TikTok to create awareness on vitiligo. He has just been crowned the Mr. Ability 2022 Central Region. This is Upclose with Nakato, proudly sponsored by Vice Versa Global. Thank you for tuning in.
I wanted to make a voice to the people out there, people to understand what vitiligo is, because people don't know about vitiligo. People sometimes try to mean it as it's a witchcraft or some kind of methods that are kind of different beliefs. So me, I'm trying to correct that and people to understand that this is just a disease.
Who is Balinda Musti?
I am 26 years old. I'm a photographer, and I'm also having a skin condition called vitiligo, which has no medical cure yet. Yeah. And I'm also representing Mr. Ability, Central Kampala region, people with special needs and disabilities.
When did you develop this skin condition?
Okay, it started at the age of 6 years, but by that time I was still very young, but I didn't know. It started a small spot under my left armpit. But then as time kept on going still, I saw now it is coming to my chest. Then that's when I got concerned. I had to share it with my parents. I showed them, do some medication tests. That's when they told us I'm lacking some minerals in my body, that I'm lacking. There's kind of food that I'm not eating. So they gave me some tablets. They made testing on the blood samples, but we didn't know what vitiligo is.
How did life change at home, and how was life at school and in the community?
People didn't see it because when I put on my cloth, no one could see it. So life was easy at that moment. And even when I started even my nursery, it was okay. Then going to my primary, it was still okay because it was inside them. No one could see it. So when I started the journey of secondary, that's when it started now getting all over my body. I couldn't even cover it. That's when life started changing. But the people whom I was living with at home, they were okay because they knew what it was. So they were okay and I was okay with it. But my life of secondary got challenged because of my fellow students saw me different. They asked me a lot of questions. Why are you having a white spot on you? So I told them, no, this is just a kind of an accident, but it will eventually go away. So that's the communication I was sharing with them. But the time still I was there, it could be seen. I couldn't hide it anymore. So students didn't want to share even objects with me, even sitting with me, because I was sitting alone, and I could not even share even any objects with them, like even a pencil, because students knew this can easily spread to them. So it made me uncomfortable. I reached a point even not studying properly, failing because I'm alone, I don't have friends. Then I even reached a point of now saying I'm a failure. Then I reached a point of saying, no, I have to stop this. Let me drop out of school. Then I dropped out of school in senior 2. But my parents didn't like it at first. But when we sat together as a family, we discussed. But my family relatives urged me to at least complete to senior 4. But I couldn't. I told them I couldn't. I cannot complete for more other 2 years of that. For that all that drama that was happening. So they were okay with me. They told me, okay, no problem, it's okay. So I had to stay home for all that time.
When did you decide to finally accept yourself?
It took me like around half a year because it's spreading very fast. Because me, when I was home, I was okay because it wasn't really visible. You couldn't see it properly, but you could. If you extend near to me, you can see it. But then when I was home, I was freely. But if I'm leaving the house, I used to cover myself with stocks, jackets, gloves, so that no one can see me. but I reached a point that I cannot cover every part of myself, even my face. So I had to stay home, because even I lost almost my 3 years just inside the house, doing nothing, just helping my mom with housework. Yeah, then there I discovered something, because since I like poultry, I told my father then I would like to have a kind of a small poultry here. But then I wasn't getting outside because of the society. People used to see me different. I was like completely white. So people even were very, very scared to even approach to me. I didn't have friends.
How did this situation affect your mental health?
I reached a time and I gave up my life, because I reached a time like I am nothing completely. I'm not thinking. I reached a time that I'm putting myself in anger with no reason. Yeah, I'm talking negative. I'm talking bad even to my parents in a way of not respecting. So, and it made me like to think, asking myself, why me? Why am I like this? I reached even a time of even buying poison, because I wanted even to end my life, because I saw no change. From the clinic, I saw no change. Going for herbal, I didn't see change. Then I went to even for the witch. I also reached there, but I also saw no change. They asked me for a lot. Yeah, but since I did all of that, I lost hope in me. Then I felt like this is not me. I have to end this. I have to end my life. But having the poison in my hands, I reached a point that I'm nervous. I don't have the courage of taking it in. I didn't have that in me. So I let it, and I have to be myself. My journey of self-acceptance started when, through my parents, my relatives, they were there to motivate me, encourage me. They were giving me inspiration words. So I myself, I started getting out, but it wasn't easy for me. It was hard, but I had to give it in. Then I have a cousin of mine. He told me that there is this person who is coming. It's called Muftmenk. Muftmenk. So he gave me the courage to go with him, but I didn't know where even I got the confidence of moving out, because it was daytime. Then I went. It was in Nambola, I remember. So he told us inspiring words. I remember what he told us, that be alone, sit down, try to see yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself. Who are you? What do you want? Yeah, because there are more people who are there suffering more than you. But for you, if you can stand and do something, try to at least do that for yourself. So when I also came back at home, I did that. I waited for people to leave. I stayed home alone. I had to go in the mirror, look at myself, start talking to myself. It was my first time even looking in the mirror, because I didn't want to look in myself. So when I had to look in the mirror, I started talking to myself. So from there, I started believing in myself, moving out with friends, going like in parties, but I couldn't still be comfortable that having that confidence in me, because I was still nervous. You reach in a society or an event, you are the odd man out. People are looking at you. You feel people whispering, making comments. But since the friends that I was with, they were okay with me, I had to just focus on that.
You talked about leaving school. What was your next plan after that?
After me leaving school, I didn't have any plans so far. Complete, I didn't have. I just knew the plan that of having, be home, help my mom with housework. But after a while, my sister, she was working in town, so she had a friend who who connected me to a kind of a job in Mkwanaked, selling clothes. So I went there, but I didn't have that confidence still, being in people, calling people that come and see, sister. I didn't have that confidence in me. I was seeing people like, if I'm approaching someone, someone is like trying to distance herself from me. The friend who I was working with in Mkwanaked, my close neighbor, we were friends. So for him, he had to join photography. But me, I didn't know. We lost contacts. So after seeing him again on Facebook, we started talking. So he told me, what are you doing? I told him, no, I'm home doing poultry. He told me, for him, he's in photography. But I didn't have any ideas about photography by that day. Then he told me, you come and we try this and we see. So he told me on weekend, I'm having a plot. Come and we go and we check out. So I went. I just was holding just a light. I didn't even know what's the use of it. So, and even from there, me getting the interest of photography, he paid me 30,000 that I've never earned in my life. Because when I was in Mkwana Kid, they used to pay us around 5K to 10,000 a day. But for him, he paid me just a day 30,000, and I didn't do anything much. So that's when I started getting the interest of photography. Then I told him, teach me what photography is. So from there, we began photography. Up to right now, we are still working together.
You have got such a huge following on TikTok. How did you use that to create awareness on vitiligo?
My first time watching TikTok, I remember it was in the lockdown time, but I didn't know about TikTok. I used it from my sister. People doing videos, what. So me, I sat down, I said, what can I do on TikTok? I can't dance, I can't sing, I can't do any activity. Then I said, what can I do basically? I also got confused. So I started watching people doing videos. Then surprisingly, I had to see Winnie Halloween. I said, oh wow, she's doing this. Now I can also get some ideas. So I started my first TikTok, just sitting like this, getting the phone, doing a TikTok, but I was completely with my clothes. But then I said, no, this is not good. Let me remove my t-shirt. Let me try this. When I removed my t-shirt, surprisingly, I saw people just coming in saying, wow, this is nice. You have a beautiful skin. That's when I said, oh, okay. Now this is my content that I have to move with. Then from there, I started doing that. I started removing my TikTok from day one up right now. I removed my shirt, just showing people that my skin is beautiful. I'm okay with it, and I'm proud of it. Yes, it has helped me in such a way. I got a person who is called Banjo. He deals with Lewis's magazine, but at first I didn't know. So he saw me on TikTok. Then he went on my Instagram page. He followed me. He sent me a message. He told me I would love to take a pic with you. But since I was scared, I didn't know about him. I didn't give it time for almost like 3 months. After making some bit of research to my colleagues, said, no, you try. He has good pics. Then I had to meet him in Makerere. Then he told me he loved my skin. He wanted to take some pics with me. Then I said, okay, no problem. Then we started taking pics. Then from there, that's when it helped me. People started looking for me from that. Just I had to take pics with him, and I was featured. That was my first time being featured in a Lewis's magazine. It was my first time. Yeah, so it also helped me. Yes.
Since you decided to accept yourself, what are some of the achievements you have observed in your life?
Okay, my first achievement, now people know me. People see that I'm okay with my skin. I got to believe in myself, had my own acceptance with my skin. I'm okay with my skin. And it has really helped me because I'm doing something of empowering people, inspiring person. Because me, I don't want people to pass through what I passed through. Yeah. So me coming out, it has really helped me because it has made me to have a lot of connections to the people just because of my skin, and people love it so much. People want to feel it and even take a pic with me. So it has really made me to have even to be a model, by the way, because I didn't have any passion of being a model. But someone told me that this skin can really change your life. I told the person how. He told me try to do a lot of things, make a lot of pics. One day someone will contact you. So we kept on doing that. So helpful, someone contacted me that I would love you to be a model. I went there, and from there I began being a model. I started being a model, and for real, up to right now, life has changed. My relationship times in secondary, basically, it was hard for me because girls used to see me different. But at first, since I was in senior one, I got into a relationship with a senior 4 girl. She was okay with me. She loved me so much, but she asked me, what is this? I used to just tell them this is a birthmark. But she was okay with it. But now coming to outside, it was very challenging. It was very challenging outside because people wanted someone who's completely smart, looking good. But me, I'm looking differently. So even going like in parties with them, it was hard. But thankful, I'm okay with relationships. I'm moving on, and my relationship times have been okay. Yes.
Any last words to the people watching you right now? What would you want them to know about vitiligo?
My last word to those people having vitiligo, I want people to come and we stand together, we inspire people in such a way of empowering people so that we make programs. Our voices can reach to people that still are urging about the disease. Some people don't know what vitiligo is. So me coming out and showing people that I'm comfortable with my skin, I had to accept my skin. So it may not be me, but it may be someone else there, or your child may pass through something that I don't want that person to pass through. So this is the time they have to come and approach or me or someone else, and they get access to and the knowledge about vitiligo. Yes.
That has been the inspiring story of Mr. Balinda Musti. Don't forget to follow him on his social media handles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Vice Versa Global. And until next time, bye-bye.